Honestly, did you not read the colony policy that defined you as company property? That wavers your say in autonomy. The conglomerates got you in lock and key. We are a family forged in bureaucracy. No I in team, but there's con in economy. Were you expecting adventure? Were you hoping for fun? My friend, you're indentured and pleasures exempt from your tenure, so venture back down to your slum. You should've read the fine print, my friend. Should've read the fine print. You should've read the fine print, my friend. Should've read the fine print.
Greetings and salutations. Welcome back. I'm Kyron Russmore. This is All That Glitters Explodes, a Starfinder Adventure Path Fly Free or Die live stream actual play. I've gotten everything mixed up there. So you may notice that we actually have a guest this week. So Tess, can't remember their real name right now, but Tess is not with us this evening, and the Ghost of Sunny has very kindly offered to join us. They will be introduced at some point during the story. But first of all, does anybody want to say anything top of the stream? Give any shout outs?
No, I'm very boring this week.
I've got a shout out. Just regular Mana Pop Biz. If you're interested in streaming and trying it out, every week we run a Manapot happy hour. Happy hour being in the Eastern Standard Time, the U.S. time. So a little late for those of us who aren't insomniacs. But if you're watching from the U.S. or somewhere over on that side of the pond, you can join our Discord, which I'm posting a link for in the chat. And check out the happy hour shout out this week, and talk to Liza to play in the happy hour.
All right, Flimsy.
No, not much to shout out. I've just been starting streaming just about. Started a couple of new streams on Saturday mornings and Thursday evenings doing chilled out gaming, which I found really useful to schedule gaming, so I actually get to do some gaming, which is quite nice. Schedule it in, I will get to do it, which is I don't always give myself time to do.
All right, the Ghost of Sunny, do you want to mention anything, or are you good?
Thanks for inviting me, guys. Okay.
Thanks for being here.
Welcome.
Thank you for stepping in. So last we left off, the crew of BD 514 had picked up the shipment of yarrow berries from Quadrat on Castrovel and have been tasked with shipping that to the Hive market on Akiton. A quick, thanks to Trixie's navigational skills, jump through the drift. They find themselves in orbit around Akiton. They need to head to the Hive market, which is in the shadow of the mountain Ka. And that's pretty much where we left off. Anybody got any comments, questions, concerns?
Trix, have we had any comms since we came into the system?
No, not really. Were you expecting any?
Well,
you did get the one from Rika.
Yeah, well, I mean, we all knew about that one.
Oh, I wasn't sure if just Trix got that, so
It was left a bit open as Trix was in the pilot seat and noticed it. I figured because you knew that you were coming in, you probably would have all been in the bridge somewhere and received the message.
That makes sense. I didn't mind if it was just
I mean, if not, Tarika called. She said hi. She hopes you're doing well, and that if she's going to keep looking for work for us, if we stuck for a job, that we should go hit her up on Absalom.
Sweet.
Oh, I would love to make a visit to Absalom after this.
Yeah, it's a fine place.
But for the moment, she's advised that the drop-off site is in the Hive market, where the business there is Car Imports run by Siski.
A woman, a human woman, I think she said.
Yes.
Or was that the head Pratt on Castrovel who said it?
Head Pratt, yes, he said that he'd traded with Siski before, and she'll give you a good price, and said that they were female human. And I have no evidence to the contrary.
There's has imports, right?
What? Ka.
Yeah.
K-A.
He mentioned out of character what kind of human she was, and it's like a specific type of human that's native to Akaton.
Yeah, the
That was my out of character symbol, by the way.
I'm going to use that. That's good.
Little LARPing throwback.
Akatonian?
The Hylik. Hylki. Deep red-skinned humans. Native as possible to Akiton. How they came to be here and not on Galarian is a mystery lost to the gap.
Oh, I didn't even think about that. Oh, I love that.
Humans get everywhere.
So do elves, apparently.
A lot of races seem to get a lot of places, because in Pathfinder there is actually Lashuntas and the Kasatha. How the Kasatha ended up in Pathfinder is a bigger question, because they didn't arrive into the Pact World systems until after the gap finished.
Huge. And in the Arena Winter AP, spoiler alert, you actually travel to Triaxis.
Dragon Planet.
Yeah.
Within the Pact World system. But anyway, at the moment, BD 514 is in orbit over Akaton. Trix, you're taking it into land.
I am taking it into land.
Spaceports at the mountain.
There is a spaceport.
We'll have to land on top of the mountain.
Scale down.
The Hive market is actually in the shadow of the Ka Pillar of the Sky. It's a semi-dormant, semi-active volcano. No, it's a dormant volcano. All volcanoes in Akiton are dormant. But it used to be a volcano, and the Hive market is actually partially above ground and partially subterranean, dug out into the Ka Pillar of the Sky.
Is it called Hive because it's built like that, or is there another reason why it's called a Hive market?
You're not aware of why it's called the Hive market. Potentially it's Hive-like structure. It is narrated as a Hive-like structure. Basically, a lot of the subterranean stuff is from lava tunnels, and that have from when it was active.
Just so I know we're not going to attack by the swarm as soon as we touch down or something.
No, it's not Hive as in biological.
This is where they get their shopping done.
Yeah, it's Hive as in structure. So yes, make me a piloting check, Trix.
Piloting. That is a skill.
It is a skill.
It is. Totally not stalling because my skill page isn't loading up. Piloting. There we go. That's a 28.
Nice.
Crack pilot, this one.
So yeah, you managed to get the ship round and down in roughly an hour. So you're keeping pretty good time. So far, it's been... so you signed off at Pratt's Produce. Took 4 hours to load the truck. There was a bit of a scuffle between Pratt's Produce and the spaceport on Castrovel, but I'm not counting that as time because it wasn't all that long. 4 hours to unload off the truck and into the cargo hold. 1 hour to get it into orbit from Castrovel. 2 days through the drift from Castrovel to Akiton, and 1 hour to get from orbit to the Akiton ground. And as you're coming in, when I say spaceport, it's more just chain link fences around a dust bowl of a planet. Akiton is a Mars red planet due to its high iron content in the sand. But more, it's hard rock and sand. There's very little else around. And so this spaceport, rather than it being sort of like tarmacked or some kind of paving, it's just sort of like massive chain link fence, and it's all like go there kind of thing.
I mean, the BD's going to get dusty.
It is going to get dusty. Everything's going to get dusty and sandy.
It's not good.
And we know how that feels.
I hate sand. It gets everywhere.
I'm going to put my helmet on.
You don't want to smell that sweet, sweet Akiton air.
I just don't want the dust in my mouth.
Oh, but that's like the flavor. Every planet has a flavor.
Maybe we can get the drink after the job is done, and I will taste the planet.
If you like artificial flavoring.
Lindsay's busy like tucking his beard into his one suit so it doesn't get covered in dust.
So as you're sort of like getting yourselves ready for disembarking, Trix, out of the cockpit window, you noticed sort of like 5 individuals, 3 Shobad and 2 Vesk, approaching your ship.
Yo, guys, we got company. Go say hi.
Get my shield ready, maybe, I guess, and go and approach.
They're violent, but I mean...
Oh, okay.
You're just pulling up your shield and it's all like, hi!
Just behind my shield. Hello.
Let's make sure we have all the right paperwork, huh? Perhaps they are merely spaceport authorities.
That's a good idea.
That's Flimbusy's job, though.
Yes, I'll go and get that. 1 second. I did not pick that up. 1 second.
All right, I will greet them at the door then. And Yeva, with her long legs, I guess her legs probably like 5 feet long at least, like maybe 4 feet long. 4 feet long. I don't know. I don't even want to think about how long her limbs are. This 12.5-foot tall space pixie of a woman. She goes over to the door and opens it up and then kind of like bends down and pokes her head out. Hello? Yes?
Hive Market Space Authority. We're here to inspect your ship.
Inspect? Is this normal for them to inspect ships?
Make a culture check.
Culture.
Can I assist with that, maybe, if I'm looking at the papers?
Pardon?
Can I assist with that, maybe, if I'm looking at the papers?
You can make your own culture check, but no, you can't really assist on the culture check. This is just to...
That's a dirty 20.
It can be a thing, especially if they feel like you're smuggling something. But at the same token, you're aware of Akiton and it's the Hive Market. The Hive Market is a relatively lawless place, but it wouldn't be uncommon for port authorities to want to inspect a ship.
Do they look like... Are they wearing uniforms or... Actually, hold on. Can I see some sort of proper certification of authority before I let you onto our ship?
The person leading this is a Vesk, and he's all like just sighs and starts going through his pockets and brings out Port Authority badge. As far as you can make out, it looks official, and some paperwork saying that they have the right to search your ship.
All right, and she'll lower the stairs or just get out of the way for them to come on. However, it works on the ship.
Yeah, it's everybody out.
On the way out, I'll pass them the papers and point to all the most officious parts of the paperwork. And tell them we are in a rush. These are precious berries. We need to get a move on, if you don't mind.
You have no authority here. If you're in a rush, that's your problem. I'm here to inspect the ship and cargo. If it takes...
You want us to leave? Can our quartermaster at least not watch your inspection process?
I'll give you a tour around. It'll save you a bit of time. Save us a bit of time.
And you'll show us exactly what you want us to see.
Well, I'll just give you the tour around. You can divert off the tour if you wish.
You are not to go back on board the ship. I can't have you picking something up and hiding something from us.
Do I know? Is this normal? Can I check if this is like?
It's.
Did this happen to us when
fairly
we arrived at
normal.
It's
okay.
well within their rights to do this.
Right.
Okay.
It's uncommon for it to happen on fruit shipments, but maybe they've got a quota to meet. Maybe the GM needed to figure out how to make this work with a guest.
Okay. That's all we need to know. All right. How long will this take? Is there like a spaceport cantina or something for us to rest our weary bones inside of?
Yeah, if you follow the fencing and you'll come to a building, you can fill out some paperwork there, what you are claiming to be on the ship, and then you're free to go about your business. You'll leave a contact number there. We will contact you when your ship is ready for you to take off whatever cargo you wish.
Okay, if you steal anything, Exit will tell us. Bye.
Cameras just went, yeah, okay, cool.
All right.
I need to stop doing that. I see it out the corner of my eye, and by the time that it's got back to me, you've already fixed it.
Okay, sounds good. Let us take the paperwork to the registrar, I suppose.
Okay, so it's a bit of a trek. I say it's a bit of a trek. It's not too far of a trek, but it is like you're getting the full Akiton experience. It's dusty. It's not paved. There's barely any infrastructure here. It's just like it's a 5-minute walk to this concrete building. Looks a little bit dilapidated, but it looks functional enough to be an authority building. You know, it's seen a lick of paint in the last 5 years as opposed to everything around here, which is like, did it even come painted?
All right, we can.
My stream kind of quit that a little bit a moment ago. Did you find out? So, does it mean we can't get our cargo off until these guys are finished?
Nope. They're not letting you back on board your ship until they finish their inspection.
Okay.
Because you never know what, it's all you could pick up anything you wanted. They want you off your ship so that they can do an uninterrupted inspection.
I wonder if
they face.
We see Tess like run off to the bar, and we're like, oh no, we'll never get her back now.
She's gone to us forever.
Well, Tess, I passed you that bypass, so we didn't need to get through security. Tess, oh
no, she took the bike, guys. She took the bike.
Well, maybe we can.
She's 30 feet away already.
Maybe we can take this time to find people to help us unload.
I mean, that's a shout.
Good plan.
So yeah, you go through the authority building. It's not a lengthy process. You're asked to declare what you're transporting in. What is your business here? You'll mention that you're transporting, and they'll ask you what you're transporting. They'll ask you to declare anything unusual.
Does
Exit count?
Yeah, it'll be it.
What is Exit?
He's a Proog. The best of Proogs.
And he's on board the ship.
Yes.
One moment, and he wanders off, and you can see him sort of like get on a radio.
For tax purposes, he's our guard Prug.
He's my emotional support Prug.
He's our garbage disposal.
Oh, you know, that's much better, actually.
He's that too.
What the tall one said.
And he gets onto the radio, and it's like, Crew 68, Crew 68. There's a Prug on board. Supposed to be there, apparently. Just keep an eye out on it and make sure it doesn't get off the ship. And hangs up the radio. Not really waiting for a reply.
I might check my various tools that I have on me to make sure none of them seem goopier than usual. It's definitely still on the ship.
Trix did mention the Prug was on the ship before you left. So it is on the ship.
He's making sure they don't steal anything.
So yeah, once you're through the port authorities, you sort of like take a look around and you see a bulletin board, which is a little more than sort of like pieces of paper tacked to it. You do find two things of interest. One, sort of like a foreman, sort of like contact where it's like, if you need something moving, hauling, or otherwise, contact me on this number. We'll get you the people you need to move your stuff. Okay. Which kind of fills Eva's. And I forgot to do this at the top, but the other thing that you find of interest is a help wanted. It looks relatively new. There are some that it doesn't look like it's been answered, but it's so wind-worn and sand-scratched that it's like, even if that job was still relevant, you might not be able to get any contact details off it, and it's also been up there so long that it may no longer be relevant. There's a new one there, and it says, help wanted, clearing out Khefak colony, contact Spacingway. And there's a contact details there so that you can ring up on the space phone and get through to Spacingway.
What's a Khefak?
This is what I forgot to do at the top, because one of the things that Tess and Flimsy and I believe yourself mentioned was you were wanting to do research on Akiton before you arrived on major exports. Their major exports are not much. However, out of that not much, there's the Frestodon fuel. Although it's not as much used commodity as it once was, if you need fuel for sublight thrusters, it's still going to be Frestodon fuel. But it's nowhere near in as much demand since the invention of the drift. There is cattle. There are some species that have adapted fairly well to Akiton. And then there is Khefak carapace. So what is a Khefak? You would have been curious about this. A Khefak is a bioengineered creature that is designed to eat just about anything and everything. And it does a biochemical refinement of the process. What is waste is disposed of as waste. What is useful is actually excreted into their exoskeleton. This includes metals. This includes trace rare earth elements. And it also has some plastic mixed in there. The company Khefak Biotechnicians has actually fallen and is no longer around. When they fell, the Khefak got loose and have basically run rampant all over Akiton. Mainly because their diet consists of just about anything that is waste, and Akiton actually has a surprising number of crashed starships dotting its surface. There's also Freshadon mining equipment that is no longer used because of a slump in demand for that, and anything else that is just junk. These vermin will get in and eat just about anything. But one of the things is, once it's eaten it excretes it, adds it to its exoskeleton. Once killed, its biological body breaks down very rapidly, leaving the carapaces behind, and then that is a very mineral-rich substance that can then be used in other refining processes, crafted into armor, or broken down and further refined into its base elements for further crafting. And because they're vermin, they get everywhere, but hunting them can be profitable. Their carapaces can have a credit value of anywhere between 5 to 50 credits. Some of the rarer Khefak actually can fetch up to about 80 credits.
And you don't need any sort of license to hunt these things. They're just like vermin.
You're not aware that you'll need if you need a license or not. Assuming this Spacingway individual has got that figured out.
And there's no farming these things. There's no company that would want them. A herd of them. They just want them cleared out.
There might be companies that are using them for herding and trying to control them. But they are vermin. They potentially get everywhere. Spacingway will have further details.
Looks like a good job.
Well, yes, I suppose we have to wait anyway. And the barrows, yarrow berries should be good for another 2 days or so.
We made this a good bit of time. 2 days and 8 hours, I think I counted it out.
Something along those lines, for sure.
That's some crack piloting that.
Duh.
Let us then call this Spacingway.
Cool. I'll pull off the job, and then I start doodling, graffitiing my logo where the poster was. Gotta fill it with something.
Just, you know what? We have one of those things with a little tearaway, just facing the rest of them so no one else can take the job.
It's ours now.
So yeah, you punch in the contact details onto your personal comm, and Spacingway, your personal comm rings.
Hello. Spacingway. What do you want?
Hello, Spacingway. This is the crew of the BD514. We were interested in your job offer.
A job? Getting rid of the Khefak.
Right. Right.
Do you, who's we?
We, me, Yeva, and my friend Flimsy, and our other friend, Trix.
Yo!
I'm sure you heard that.
Yeah, yo. Are you any good at hunting, beasts? What are your qualifications?
I've handled a bit of cattle before. I'm sure these can be no worse than that.
Right, we've wrangled things like we're on speakerphone. We've wrangled things before.
Are you kidding? We're the best damn insect, vermin, cattle wranglers this side of the vast, or pack worlds, or both.
Somewhere in the middle.
You won't find better. I'll tell you that much.
Well, I've not found any so far, so I suppose you'll you'll have to do. Are you able to make your way over to my home?
Where are you at?
Where are you? Where are you?
We're at the Spaceport Authority, I think.
The Hive Market Spaceport.
Looking around at the signs.
Yeah, if you just ask for directions, they'll be able to direct you to my farm, and then we can go from there. How many of you are there?
Looks over at Tess, like several rounds deep at the bar. Just 3.
Perfect. That should be more than enough. Should be able to do it single-handedly, but I'm not as spry as I once was. So just a little bit of extra help.
Ask him how much you pay.
Like, is there a monetary remuneration for our efforts?
Well, I mean, I'm not sure how many there are out there. I know they're doing quite a bit of damage. They've ate my tractor, ate my spade. I'm a bit worried about how close they're getting to my house. I mean, normally they just eat waste, but people say unkind things about where I live, so better get rid of them before things go too far. I'll obviously let you keep any that we catch. Do you have transport off the planet?
Yes, we do.
Well, then you'll know that they're probably, some of them can be quite valuable, and I'm sure you'd be able to barter for quite a lot of value for them. I mean, if you wanted to cut me in for 10 credits, I'll let you keep the carcasses.
So we are to pay you 10 credits each for the opportunity to collect carapaces of the Khefaks that we can thus sail off-world later.
I mean, they're a valuable commodity, my friend.
I mean, I feel like your house would be a valuable commodity. Surely you would appreciate and maybe put some value on the idea that we would be helping you not get eaten by these fine vermin.
It's not a very grand house, otherwise I probably wouldn't be so keen on eating it, but I suppose I could do it for 5 if you'd...
Put my hand over the speaker. What do you guys think? Can we handle them down more? Or?
My first contract with EdgeCore was worse, so...
You got paid?
Yes, I was able to negotiate the payment for my first job with EdgeCore.
Damn, where were you when I did my first job?
Because it helps when you're 12 feet tall.
Besides, I grew up on a ranch in the diaspora, and my heartstrings are being tugged.
I'm more concerned about my purse strings, but okay. What do we say, 5 credits each?
5 credits. You will receive 15 credits from us.
Sorry, a little bit of clarification. This is 5 credits per head of Khefak. So you're getting the carapaces there. You then pay Spacingway 5 credits per Khefak you find.
We could potentially sell them for 80 credits, though.
Yeah.
Potentially, yeah.
That's actually pretty good.
Yes, I feel bad for giving them jib now. That's not a bad deal.
Up to 80 credits, I will point that out.
It's anywhere between 5 and 50.
5 and 50 is common, 80 is exceptional specimens.
I mean, if you want to go back up to 10, I would accept that.
No. 5 credits ahead is more than enough to take them off your hands.
5 credits is reasonable, yeah.
We will help save your home.
Yes, and we will be coming shortly.
Heroes away, up we go.
Lovely. I'll get my gear together.
So yeah, as Spacingway's ranch or farm area, it's difficult to tell what it's generally supposed to be used for, but it's a wide-ish area. It's on the outskirts of the Hive market, and you've got to circumnavigate the place. You're given reasonable directions once you've asked around, and it's basically, it looks a little bit run down. If you think sort of like shanty town a little bit, but slightly more serviceable than that. There's some concrete to the building, but at the same token, most of the metalwork is at least rusted, if not rusted through in places. But you do see that they've got a vehicle. It seems to have been welded together in some extra varieties. The wheels are sturdy enough, but in some places a little bit mismatched. But it seems to be big enough to seat the four of you, and also have enough cargo space to be hauling back a fair amount. But how much you'll find is up in the air at the moment.
On our way through the market, will there be any examples of what constitutes an excellent carapace and what constitutes a poor carapace? Or is there any research we can do to find out?
Make me a profession check.
It is a 15.
15. Because you've got it actually in livestock as well. Because that's one of the things. It's like the theme that Flimsy has is quartermaster, which is usually reserved for military, but because this was more open trading, it felt too overpowering if it were allowed for any kind of trade resource. So I've got J-Station to narrow it down so that it more fit in with the feel of the quartermaster. J-Station chose livestock, which this technically constitutes as. The difference of carapace tends to be what they've actually fed on. And one thing that constitutes as excellent quality is if they've fed on pressured on fuel, rubble, or ore. And what happens is once they get enough of this into their system, they actually start bulking up in size considerably, becoming slightly more dangerous, but obviously different. But those carapaces fetch a clear 30 credits above the value of a normal carapace.
Do I know if that consumption of fuel also makes them explosive?
Totally not.
Okay. Just
No more explosions.
Just like
No.
behind the shield. Like,
Every good story has explosions. The bigger the better. If anyone asks, these things explode.
So how did we get here? Did we take the ship? No, we took a cab.
It could be a vehicle, but it's impounded with everything else.
The car, of course. The van,
Yeah,
the truck.
they didn't like us take it.
Yeah, you could walk, you could take a taxi or something. If you took a taxi, somebody knock off 2 credits.
I'll do it.
I'll pay for the taxi. Oh, okay, well, I'll get the return trip.
Perfect.
Although we'll have to buy a bigger taxi because hopefully we'll have carapaces.
I mean,
Can
you
you
could also
help?
ask Spacingway to drop you off back at the ship.
We get a taxi for 3 humanoids and several carapaces, please.
Well, one of them is very big, so probably 4 humanoids.
Oh, that's true.
Hey, there are large creatures on Akaton, I think.
The thing is, because of your larger bulk, those actually cost more to transport around.
I'm sure. I'm used to it.
Expensive. Can we even it out between the two of us? I'm only small.
So yeah, Spacingway, you're already out in your yard, sort of like dusting off your vehicle, making sure that the engine still works. One of the other benefits of having Spacingway is they have an idea where the colony is, whereas you guys trying to do this solo will be just walking out into the desert and hoping for the best.
Right, so
I just want to shoot it.
as the cab pulls up, Spacingway, I think First, you probably see this very, very tall person, like with legs first, kind of like pull themselves out of the cab. Yeva is a Sarkeesian, so she's gray-skinned, quite slender, very skinny arms and legs, wearing a black uniform. She's got some sort of armor on, but she has like dark black, like pure black eyes, and she's bald, except for like a cyan fringe over her forehead. She's wearing Kasatha microcord, if that means anything.
Spacingway would be very impressed by your dramatic exit from the cab. Spacingway is wearing heavy armor just to clean his yard because that's how Spacingway works. Always
You won't see
all the time.
You wouldn't see Flimsy until the taxi drove away, revealing him dusting himself, his edge suit down.
So Spacingway's like, oh, you're only little, I don't know. You gonna be alright with this? Don't want to see you get trampled by a vermin?
I might do fare better than this contraption of yours. Can I have a wee once over it?
Be my guest.
Can I inspect the structural integrity of this vehicle?
Make an engineering
Rude.
check.
4 different kinds of wheels. It's an 11.
Yeah, I mean, it looks a little bit of a rust bucket, but it should get you there and back, no problems.
We've got a bike back home that doesn't look any worse.
That bike is amazing. You be quiet.
My vehicle of undeterminate origin is also amazing, and we better crack on because we've got a lot of Khefaks to kill.
Aye.
I think they're crashed nearby. Well, they're not crashed. They're in a crashed spaceship nearby.
Oh.
So we'll make our way over there. Everybody get in.
All right.
Aye, aye, sir.
Hop in the back.
Whee!
Have you been up to see them before? Have you encountered them very often?
I've seen them out of my window. It's not really a window, it's more like a
concerning.
hole in the wall.
That's
Yeah,
extra concerning.
like I say, they were eating my tractor. I wasn't very happy. They've not eaten this though. Sort of smacked the side of the car.
I can have a wee look at your tractor for you when we get back if you want to see if I can patch something together.
Oh, that's very kind of you.
Well, we'll see if we survive this situation first, but we'll see how that goes.
We'll be fine. I've handled much more terrifying. It's just little.
What kind of armament is Spacingway packing? Are we going into battle with some sort of Master Chief, or is it less than even Flimsy's got?
Let me check. Golden forged plating.
Ooh. Let's knock on it. Let's call him all right.
He's gone back to level 1 though, so not quite as shooty as he normally is. He just had grenades, so it's all good. So yeah, we can head out.
What weapons you carrying in?
What weapons have I got? I've got a pistol, cryo pistol. A hail pistol, Sub-Zero. Hunting rifle. So I've also got some rods for that. I've got frag grenades, and that is it. Because it's just a bit of light hunting, so we don't need to go overboard.
Yeah, a
You
lot
gotta
of
go big or
hunting
go
here.
home.
That's true.
Well, we'll be fine. I'm sure you guys can use all of your own weaponry. Included in the price. I'm not giving you all of my grenades. My precious, precious grenades.
Flimsy will have a look at his weird pistol that he doesn't really know how it works. And last time he fired, it was exemplary more explosive than it usually is.
Right, you've got a weird teleporting pistol.
Yeah, skip shot pistol, which teleports the bullets to the targets. And then it was boosted by Tess last time, so his confusion with the weapon as it is was amplified by it suddenly being way more powerful.
The benefit of the skip shot ability is it actually decreases the range increment penalty from a -2 per increment to a -1.
Oh.
So even though it's not got a great range, it can, outside of its range, it's not as punishing.
It's got a decent range as it is as well.
Well,
Which is good, because I've only got wee little feet, so it's quite useful.
I didn't think it was that great of a range.
60 feet. So three.
No,
three
yes,
turns of movement
60
for me.
feet, yeah.
It's better than my pistol, 30 feet.
It doesn't do much damage though.
Flinzy, if you want to work on your speed, we can start doing laps around the ship.
Like a stroll just to view the various components, or
No, like running
running on the ship.
on the ship.
Nothing's chasing us.
No.
Oh, I mean, I suppose that's one way to use your time, but
I mean, I can chase you if you want, but I'd catch you.
you definitely would.
Bricks, I do have to say, I was a little surprised, honestly, back on Castrovel, how truly acrobatic you were. To be honest, I assumed that all of your talk of daring do and whatnot was just talk.
Oh, no, it's 100% accurate. To encapsulate tricks is to excel at whatever you do.
Okay, that is... I've heard the worst life philosophies, that's for sure. There's nothing better than trying to do one's best, I suppose.
Oh, no, you don't try to do your best, you do your best. There is no try.
To live in a world with no self-doubt. I think I envy you.
It is a lifestyle choice, for sure. But you could be tricks if you wanted to. Just gotta put
Tricks
your
is a
mind to it.
mindset.
It is a mindset. In that sense, one can never truly die. See, because someone else will be tricks, and in that way, I will live on.
It's gone very philosophical. Is this while we're driving to the...
Yeah.
Yeah, you're all
The road
bumping
track.
along in this vehicle. There's no real roads between settlements in Akiton, and what there are mainly just dirt tracks. For this expedition, you're going off-road in a vehicle that's holding together, but the suspension may or may not be shot.
I mean, if it's rattling, it just means you're still moving. It's when you stop rattling that you have to worry. That means you're just skidding along the floor.
It's so painful for me to hear.
You're fine.
Do you do much hunting out here then? Spacingway?
A fair bit. I used to go in for fishing, but there's not much fishing here on this dust planet, so enjoy my
Yeah,
retirement.
I imagine that would be the ultimate hunt around here. Looking at like the desolate. Do we see
What did you do
anything?
in your
Oh,
heyday?
sorry, go on.
Like, you retired, but what did you used to do?
I used to hunt big game, so this is why I'm rather excited to go and get these Khefaks. But it used to be I could take down a herd of them with one hand tied behind my back, but that was many years ago.
And now you've settled down on this lovely planet. And what is it that you farm?
I mainly garden sunflowers. They do quite well because it's very sunny here.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Did we see any sunflowers when we arrived?
most of them have been eaten by the Khefak.
Oh.
It's very sad.
Eva, your people don't get hunted, do they?
My people?
They're talking about hunting big game, and you're quite big. Just want to make sure this wasn't some sort of weird honey trap situation.
No.
No, okay.
It's more likely that my people will be doing the hunting.
Oh, okay.
Spacingway looks suitably impressed by this. Good laugh.
So yeah, it takes you probably half an hour to drive out to this, and what you see is sort of like cracked over a rocky outbreaking is this ship that seems to have pretty much cracked into two. The front half of the ship is pretty much just rotted through. All you can see is pretty much the exoskeleton. Maybe sort of like the Khefak have already eaten the outer hull, or whether it's just time that's got to it, you're not quite sure. But the rear of the ship, kind of in the shadow of this outcropping, looks to be relatively intact, but at the same token, it's not going to fly any time. There's parts of it that are just completely covered in sand, which suggests that it's been here a while, but how long, difficult to say.
Is there any kind of identification on the ship, like any brand that it was associated with, corporation even?
There's no branding. There is a name, however. The Inconsequential.
I mean, they were asking for it, honestly. What did they expect?
So yeah, Spacingway sort of like pulls up towards the rear of the ship, and you all disembark their vehicle.
Do you see any of them moving about?
Make me a perception check.
That would be a skill, and that would be a 22.
22. You don't see any moving around, but even after Spacingway's vehicle has come to a halt, you've kind of gotten used to the drone, the engine, and the rattling of everything. It slides to a bit of a halt, and Spacingway turns off the engine, and it goes silent. And just at the edge of your hearing, you can hear this scraping and crunching of metal.
I'm going to suggest, should we be ready for combat then, Spacingway? What's the usual hunt procedure?
Yeah, how big are they?
That's a really good question.
I feel like Spacingway would know that.
Yep. Spacingway would know this. I didn't add this to your notes. It's if you're hunting them across the plains, it's sort of like you've just got to chase them down. What you've actually found, or what you suspect at the moment, is that there is a colony here. It's kind of boot down the door and flush them out. Is the style of choice.
Shield out, weird little pistol out.
Right, we probably have to eliminate the colonies to stop them from attacking your farm, right?
Yeah, I think we just kill as many as we can find.
Okay.
Just, advice for life.
There's no negotiating with these things.
Do they have a queen that we need to be aware of?
No, they're not bugs. Not likely to have a queen. They're just a collective. They're not actually very big. They are, I want to say medium, but they might be small. I'm just, out of all the notes that I've got prepared. So the traditional Khefak are small. If it's a exquisite quality carapace as defined by the eating of the Threstheron rubble, then they enlarge to a medium size.
Can I see if the thing that it's crashed into looks like an ore? spot for the restaurant are you? Or
Make me a physical science.
I've got stone cunning, if that helps. Never
I
gets
thought
used for anything.
Duncan. Dwarves gain a +2 perception check to notice unusual stonework, such as traps and hidden doors located in walls and floors. It doesn't
that's
help
quite
in this. They receive a check to notice such features when they pass within 10 feet of them, whether or not they're actively looking. That helps you not at all.
It does not. It's actually quite useful, though. I quite like that.
Yeah, it's quite useful as long as the GM remembers it. Because I've seen it, I think there's a very similar thing in D&D 5th edition. Where
Yeah,
it's
that's the one that I'm thinking of, is the...
It's
Yeah.
the traditional dwarven racial trait.
But the number of times where it's like, oh yeah, don't forget I've got stone cunning and I've noticed, traps or secret doors and stonework, and then the GM goes, it's a secret door, and rolls a dice, and it's like, there was a secret door back here, there was a secret door back here, there was a secret door back here. You've ruined the surprises of a dungeon, but okay, moving on.
Is it 23 to check out the thingies?
Yeah, you're aware that there's one of the reasons why Akiton was so profitable back in its heyday before the invention of drift was the fact that just about everything around here can contain some trace elements of this fuel. One of the things is, now that the trade has died off, there is still threshold on fuel mining and refining going on, but they tend to be focused on places where the content is high, so it's easier to turn a profit. But there's a reasonable chance that even out here where there's no other mining going on, there'll be at least some trace elements.
Okie. So, Spacingway, I think there's a chance we might be in for some bigger creatures. What were you going to say to us, sorry?
Only that I've been investigating this for a while, so I probably will have scoped out the best way to get inside.
Yes, there is a as you can see, so like to the northwest corner of the ship, there's actually a doorway.
Aha. Do we have to climb up, or?
It's a slow upping wing that's embedded into the ground, so it's just sort of like up and then around to this door. Either you recognize that this is a ship that's designed for medium creatures, so getting through the doorways is going to be a squeeze.
Yay! I love being large.
Thanks, then.
So you should.
You hope that one day you're rich enough to have your own ship where you can make the doors twice as big.
Right. And don't have to push the crew beds together to sleep comfortably.
One day we'll get you a nice big bed.
I hope so.
I don't mind going in first if you don't mind proceeding exceptionally slowly. And I think by the time I've said that, I imagine Trix is already...
Trix saw an opportunity to climb and took it.
We gave you right of way to the door.
I will go last. I do not want to be in the way.
Oh, yeah, but you're never in the way.
Just as a quick aside, does anybody remember the rules on squeezing?
I can look them up real quick.
It's just if it comes up in combat.
You know what? I feel like I'm going to have to bookmark this page moving forward.
Leave a bookmark on the page or figure out how to do all combat without going through any confined spaces.
While squeezing, you have the entangled condition, which includes moving at half your speed.
Oh, right. So that's easy enough. Anytime that you're squeezing before I take an attack, I can just apply the entangled condition to you.
I like the idea that after leaving the corporation, Eva would start like a galaxy-wide campaign to widen doorways in accessibility.
I'll go to Absalom or maybe even Verces to like the Ring of Nations, demand that the Pact World starts widening doorways everywhere.
Start lobbying, yeah.
It faces stern competition from the Raxalites, who are demanding that doorways are made smaller so that they can actually reach the controls. Ultimately, the compromise. Has anybody seen Zootopia?
Yeah.
Ultimately, that will be the compromise. Where basically the smaller ones have their own little walkways and their own little doors, where the bigger creatures have bigger doorways naturally.
I like it.
Spacingway, you said you've scouted this out. Do you want to go first?
Certainly can.
I'll happily follow you. Do you know, is it dark in there?
Could be.
Kind of look over the ship and see if it's got any power going or if there's any light coming in.
There is no power to this ship as far as you can tell.
You bring your flashlight?
You've got a flashlight. I've got a lantern.
Our phones have lights as well.
Yeah, they're not great, but they have them.
And if they've been munching through all of the spaceship, there might be like more windows than there would have been previously.
I've got a flashlight if anyone wants it, and I've got a lantern that I'll probably put down somewhere to see.
No, good thing to note. I do have low light vision.
Good to be able to see.
The Spacingway, as you open the doorway, this rusted hallway has eroded gold-trimmed sconces. The eastern end of the hall has been crushed and collapsed, leaving only the doorway in the alcove to the southwest and another in the center of the south wall. As you enter, Flimsy, you've probably got C-clamps for around your waist and whatnot, so you turn on your lantern and attach it there rather than tying up a hand. It is dim conditions in there, as suspected. Some natural windows have been eaten into the ship. But for the sake of this, as long as you've got your light there, then everybody will be able to see within standard reason.
Not so bad. Is it just me that has trouble in the dark?
No, I can't see Scott either.
Oh, I'll keep this on this.
You don't have, at least, do dwarves not have dark vision in the future?
My more thoroughbred people do, but I've been living on a spaceship for generations, and we've kind of lost that knack, to be honest.
He traded it for a different racial trait.
I'm a ship dwarf, and I don't have ship. Sorry, that was, and I don't have.
It all makes sense.
You get a bonus to sense, motive, and culture instead. Very cool. I did not realize that. Awesome.
It's a chatty dwarf, not a seeing in the darky dwarf.
Cool. So can we tell from the noises that we heard where the chomping is coming from?
Spacingway, you also have blind sense vibration, and you can tell that there seems to be considerable activity behind both of these doors. You're not sure if it's one large room or whether it's two separate rooms beyond the doors, but either seems like a good option.
Yeah, let's go for this one.
Spacingway, when you've seen them in the past, do they have appendages that can deal with doors?
Should have probably Googled this before I said I'd.
I mean, I would imagine.
The answer will be no, basically.
Thank you.
Just in case we open one door and they open the door behind and go running around. The other question I wanted to ask before we open doors and throw grenades in, you've noticed, did the people go walking around these places? I don't want to blow up any... I mean, the paperwork alone.
No.
Spacingway, you've been here for a while. Most of the wrecks within this area have been picked clean years ago, so the chances of it being an individual is not impossible, but relatively slim.
And I probably would have been doing the crazy old man routine of get off my land if I saw anybody hovering anywhere near the spaceship. So,
especially crazy, seeing as though this isn't your land. This is just, close, but out in the wilderness.
This is my Khefak colony. Offer some support. I'll whisper to the other two. The hunter seems to have found something.
Okay.
There's space in here, by the way, Eva. It's a nice wide corridor.
Let me just squeeze in.
Not sure how the pathing is going to... Oh, hey, it actually let you through the door.
Nice.
because of how Fantasy Grounds works on the map, like all of the action is happening in a space alongside us with two fantasies, which is very, very tiny.
Did you not manage to get the scaling sorted?
Nope. Alright.
Yeah.
But that's fine though, you can tell what's going on.
Oh, good. So yeah, you open up that door to yourself. By the way, it's when it comes to opening these doors, it's pretty much just sort of like getting in there and wrenching it open, and it's not going to automatically close. It's more, it used to be powered, now it's not. So once it's open, it is open. Unless you put in a conscientious effort, and I do mean a lot of effort to try and close it up again.
I'm also going to draw my pistol as I come inside.
Yeah,
Yep.
I would also like to be armed, please, and thank you.
Okie dokie.
There's also a door over here on down this hallway that I'm looking at.
Yeah.
There was noises from both.
I will stay away from that door then.
They can't open doors, the hunter said, so we should be fine.
This
can they eat
enormous.
through doors? Sorry.
They could eat through doors, but it's a time-consuming process, and you probably hear it a lot longer than sort of like, aha, surprise! They opened the door. This enormous engine room did not fare well in the ship's crash. Turbines are knocked askew, wires hang loose. Most of the room is covered in layers of the red sands of Akiton. It looks like creatures have been living out here for some time. The door to the south is nothing but charred slag. The door to the north appears to be intact, while the door to the east is askew in its frame. Oh, you also see Khefak.
Ah!
Oh,
Nearly forgot to mention that point.
I was
And
looking
now
at
that
the
you've
various
seen
doors. Ugh.
It's like a scorpion.
It's
Sort
like
of,
a
but no
scorpion
tail?
meets a lobster, meets a lobster, meets a
Lobster
like a
centipede.
centipede.
Ooh, someone made this.
It's a lot of carapace.
Sweet, let's shoot it.
All right,
Yeah.
let's have some initiative rolls.
I was going to say, did they notice us coming in?
I don't think Spacingway would have thought to try to carefully jimmy the door open, and it was an effort. It wasn't, it's a little bit of a crowbar, a little bit of banging, getting it open. If they'd have said that they tried to stealthily open it up, then maybe I would have given you that. But no, they're very much aware. And as you get the door open and manage to see inside, you can see them just gnawing on the various consoles and walls of a ship.
We would have helped you with the door, Spacingway, but we're also noodle armed. None of us could help you. Our strongest members at the bar at the moment.
It's true.
And all of a sudden, Spacingway realizes, was this a good idea?
I'm like, you have weapons though, right? You can still shoot. Like, you don't need to like hug them to death. It's fine.
Absolutely.
Spacingway, you have the initiative. You're up first.
Oh, great.
Show us how it's done.
The hunter in action.
I think I've probably already rolled my like one good roll of the game. Break out the old hunting rifle.
I imagine that's quite noisy in this environment.
And that is a nice solid hit. As your bullet basically, it looks like it was going to ricochet off, but it catches another piece of its carapace and just slams into it.
Oh,
A minimum damage. Feel for your Spacingway, I really do.
I think it's something eating Kevlar, guys.
Are you moving into the room?
I should be in the room already. I made my room moving.
You've made a path, but I've not confirmed it yet.
Please confirm that.
Okay.
Thank you. Oh no!
What was that? Oh no, in aid of?
There's another one in the top corner.
Oh!
Flimsy, you're up.
Real quick, I've noticed, Flimsy, you have damage. Would that have not been healed over our days in the drift?
No, the rate of healing is 1 hit point per level.
Oh my god. Okay.
Unless you took recovery downtime to increase that to 2 per, double, like 2 per level, then...
Flimsy wanted to go over the junk cycle and make sure that thing that you broke off wasn't important.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, I've got the serum of healing with your name on that, Flimsy.
I was looking at the sheet then, and I thought I had 3 damage and 9 wounds, but it turns out I've got I had 9 HP left, but it's quite the other way around.
It is.
I'm suddenly feeling much more ill than I thought I was.
Just like, so you would have entered battle and Spaceway would have just seen you go pale. And really ill looking. Like, oh no.
So just like remembering the burns from back on the planet. Where I am I going to obscure Eva's path if they want to move, in addition to the doorway?
No. You'll basically be pressing yourself up against a wall, and Eva will be able to get through.
I'll step over you.
Eva's got plenty of movement. They can get into the room if they really want this turn.
Then I will... My rune will flare a little bit on my eye as I target the one just down there.
Yep.
With my exocortex. Or is it the AI? I'm not entirely sure which element of my ability lets me do that.
The AI... So your exocortex contains your AI.
Okay.
And your exocortex is basically a cybernetic augmentation to you.
That makes sense.
Otherwise, you're a drone mechanic and you've put your AI into a robot.
That makes sense. I'm going to take a shot at this one with my weird space pistol.
All right, don't forget to give yourself a +1 for targeting.
There we go.
Ooh. Oof. It was nearly a lot better. But at the same token, that is still a good hit.
Still a hit? Sweet. I wasn't sure. Cool. I'll pick away at it. There we go.
That's a 12 versus KAC?
Yes.
Okay, good to know.
Sweet. Yeah, that's good to know. that's why I wasn't sure. The hunting rifle, that was KC as well, wasn't it? Let's take a wee shot to it.
And it is looking a little bit messed up, but not quite dead yet. And that's your turn, isn't it, Flimsy?
That's me done. My move and my action.
All right, Eva, you're up.
What is it? Control? All right, so I need to get a little bit closer to be within range. Also, I can't see what's happening, so I'm going inside. Safety be down. 20. Can I stop my movement there just so I can take a look around before moving further?
Yep, although you'll only have like 5 foot of movement beyond that because of the squeezing through the doorway.
Oh, that's right. Oh, all right. Let me move here then. And oh, there it is. And I will take a shot at this one with my pistol that I've pulled out. There we go. Ugh, 5.
Oof. Yeah, and unfortunately, this one you basically you hit, you take off a shot, and it hits the carapace, but then goes ricocheting off into the back of the ship. The carapaces are, what give them their armor. It's not a case of agility. They're very easy to hit, but it's just getting through that carapace that is difficult.
Oh, and there's a third one down here. I count 3 of the Khefaks.
All right, Trix, you are up.
Gotta love a good count. Hup, 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 hup. I'm gonna run in and sort of leap off the wall a little bit and attempt to shoot number 4.
You kind of got stuck on the wall, but okay, there we go.
No, I didn't want to get stuck on the wall.
Wait, are these medium Khefaks?
These are small.
Okay.
So that's a 26 to get my trick attack off.
That is a successful trick attack. You
So-
make it flat-footed.
Yeah, so that is.
You've got this, Trix.
Yeah. Oh, 12 versus its EAC.
That will indeed inflict damage.
Yes.
Wait, wrong one. There we go. Yeah.
And
sweet.
where you hit, it just seems to sort of like start warming up its carapace, and it glows red hot. Before then, it seems to branch out and then just melt straight through into the carapace as the Khefak dies and is lying dead upon the floor.
All right.
You monster, you killed it.
Easy money, my dudes. Easy money.
Well done, Trix.
All right, this one is going to put aside what it was munching on and move over to Spacingway. And it is going to, first of all, its mandibles aren't all that robust, so what it's first got to do is try to break you into manageable pieces with its claws. And unfortunately, because you were unaware of it was even up there, it kind of catches you off guard for a nice solid 22 against your KAC and inflicts 1 point of damage because that's how I roll dice.
Yay.
All right, so
I'm just toughing it out.
I do believe Trix is the closest. Yes, they are. It is going to try and move up. It's got just the movement to get over there. You can see that its body, it slowly limbers and crawls over the debris that's scattered about this room, but it just makes it over to you. Tries to break you open with its claws, but unfortunately you're just too nimble and manage to dodge out of the way.
Pop up.
All right. Tess sits in a bar somewhere drinking, wondering what everybody else is up to. I can't take them out of the combat tracker because they're part of the crew. So don't worry about them, they're not actually here. Spacingway, you are up.
Sorry, real quick. It looks like Spacingway and the Khefak are on the line.
Yes, they're between squares. I can move them. There we go.
Thank you.
I have to watch on the stream because I can't see anything from where I am.
Honestly, so I'm gonna.
Oh, there we go. Sorry, you were getting it right. I was trying to assist and got it wrong.
Cool. So am I targeting the one that's over my tricks?
Yes.
Okay, so you're gonna do the guy still nomming on me.
Just as a reminder about attacks of opportunity, if you fire a ranged attack, it will try to nom you. If you take a 5-foot step to yourself, though, it won't.
I would like to do that too.
Okay, move yourself 5 foot down.
I'll try.
Spacingways has ideas for the future about how they can fight.
One day, maybe I'll be more nimble. Or maybe I was more nimble. So...
One day you'll remember that roll, and I won't remind you. I won't remind you again for the rest of this session, but add was your freebie.
The first thing I did when I could was get rid of that restriction. Oh, punch.
Fortunately, the other one trying to nom on you has proved a little bit distracting, and you miss with against 7 on its KAC. Flimsy, you are up.
Did the hunter kill them all? Is it safe to come in?
Not
no, there's
yet.
one there. I can actually see one still. So I'm going to point my beady rune eye at this one. Can I see it from where I am?
You can.
Can I also try and identify to learn some things about it?
Yeah, make me a. I believe it's a life science for vermin.
Do you have to be trained in that to do that?
You would need to be trained in life science, and it is life science for vermin.
Then I won't be doing that then. I instead will just shoot my gun at it with the +1 to the targeting. There we go. It's 52.
Nice. 22 against KAC is a definite hit.
3 points of damage.
Not bad, not bad.
Staying at the back business isn't actually that bad. It's not what I usually do.
Yeah, you got very up close and personal in that last combat, and
Still feeling the effects. Sorry, folks.
Yiva, you are up.
All right. There we go. So now I'm targeting the one that is facing off against Trix, and I will shoot the pistol.
Kinoki?
Come on, this time! 11.
Oh, so close.
Just barely.
So close even.
Yeah.
To the left. All right.
All right. Back over to Trix. Pinned in a corner.
Yeah, not for long. I am going to jump over its claw and run backwards, taking the attack of opportunity with a +4 to my AC.
Okie dokie. Let me resolve that for you. And that will be an 18 against your KAC.
Have you taken the 4 off it?
Yes.
Then yes.
All right. Just as you try to nip out of the way, it nips at your heels for 3 points of damage. And that's a wrong one. Flimsy, go back there. It's not your turn.
I'm going to turn around and try and shoot it.
Ooh.
Well, that's from a trick attack at least.
Ah.
I know, yeah.
Yeah,
All
it's-
excited for that natural 20 and then...
Always a problem, but that 30 on your trick attack will definitely succeed.
Oh,
ooh.
Just
Also,
barely.
don't forget, when you succeed on your trick attack, it is flat-footed as well,
It is,
so that is
yeah.
a definite hit.
blast them away.
Trix takes out another one.
Damn,
Hey,
Trix.
Spacingway, what do you think?
The Dread
got a job in
Pirates.
You have a very effective little jumping beam. Very good.
All right, now it's just this one left. So it's going to move down.
Humans could move like that.
To Spacingway again. Noting it can now see Eva, but it's just going to try to bite into Spacingway for a 17 against your KAC and misses. Dang it, Spacingway. And then we are at the top of round 3 for Spacingway.
So I don't have any melee weapons. So can I take a half step this way? 5 foot step?
Yep.
And shoot it, or I'll have disadvantage?
No, that's fine. You can take 5 foot away from it and then shoot it.
And target that guy. And then teleportation attach my actual weapons rather than my inventory.
And another solid hit from Spacingway. On an 18 against KAC, and it slams into it. And it's actually, it's basically gone down the side of it, but solidly just taken off 2 or 3 of those sort of like smaller legs that you can see down the side. Yep.
Those bits valuable.
Don't worry, you can
doorway.
pick them up. Over to Flimsy.
I'm going to waddle in at full speed and assess the situation.
All right.
Is that one right there?
Yeah, it's that one right there, but I'm not going to let you stop there because that's kind of...
oh, yeah, you're right.
You're like a cat running around my legs.
Can I still see it from there?
Yes.
Okay, I'll go over here. Is Eva's large form going to be blocking me away a wee bit, or...?
No.
Oh.
Shoot for my legs.
I'd have to roll pretty high to hit your legs. And I will take aim at it. Yeah, I've got it targeted and take a wee shot. Come on, pistol, don't teleport the wrong way. Here we go. Ooh, that might be a hit.
And yes, a 17 on a KAC, that will hit.
Here we go.
Final hit point is taken away by Flimsy, and it expires, dropping down dead.
That could help, guys.
All right, that seems to be one of this rooms, and you can still hear this metal scratching at the walls. What do you want to do now? Go home?
No, we want to harvest the sweet carapaces.
So, as what the Khefak actually are is because they're biologically engineered. They're not just traditional vermin. Their innards actually decay very rapidly over the next hour or so. And once they've decayed, it's basically just a case of rinsing them out with a bit of water, and they're good to go.
Perfect. So easy.
You could take your survival knife, crack in there, and start scraping out the innards, but that's a little bit messy and overkill. But
we could just leave them and then come and get the stuff once we're done clearing out the place. Sweet.
Yes.
What a nightmarish abomination these things are.
It's my level of easy.
Self-cleaning is never a bad thing, I suppose.
It's just a way of self-cleaning is like...
For this next door, I'm happy to go through first, but I might need a bit of a top-up. I'm willing to not go first, but if you don't want to use the resources, if you want to pocket them for the future, maybe.
You're looking a little pale here, and I hand you my serum of healing.
Oh, thank you so much, Eva.
Is that your only serum of healing?
Yes.
Here you go. I brought spares.
Oh, thank you.
Oh, excellent stuff.
You didn't look very hefty.
I'll pass Eva's back to Eva and take the hunters. Yeah, very kind. I've forgotten what I roll for this.
Healings of spirit.
1d8.
Serums of healing is 1d8. Yeah.
D8. Here we go. That's a big high number, please. Oh, not too bad.
Hey.
7.
Ooh,
7
I
back.
love them high rolls.
Very good healing serum. It's always disappointing when you get a serum of healing and it's like, aha, and 1 hit point. Well, that was 50 credits down the drain.
I think Yeva checks the chamber of her pistol and counts 4 bullets and kind of looks around nervously, but puts it back and doesn't say anything.
Well, I've noticed.
It would be. Were you trying to keep that secret, Yeva?
Yes.
Okay. Sleight of hand versus perception.
All right. Oh no, not seeing nothing. Me. It's a natural one.
Well, sleight of hand.
I mean, the sleight of hand could be worse.
I'm not trained in it, is the thing.
The thing is, I'll still allow you to roll, but it'll be maximum of 10, which.
Hey, 18, so 10.
18, so 10. But it's enough to get past Flimsy's perception check. You didn't notice that at all, Flimsy.
Flimsy just looking directly at Eva, just not twigging at all.
You did not notice because I am professional. I have all the equipment needed normally. So, yes.
I think it also might be a factor that Eva's doing it all above your head, far above your head. The angle was just all wrong for you perceiving that.
It's 2 Flimsies away from me. Can we learn anything from these guys to learn a bit more about them, or are they dissolving too fast for that?
If there's anybody trained in life science, you can make a roll.
It's one of those skills you go to college to learn, right?
Most of the things I fix are not alive.
Yeah, it is a college kind of skill. I mean, you might get it in a doctoring. But yeah, the educated test is unfortunately the person who I believe on this cruise, in his own nobody's pre-offered a role, is the life science specialist.
Mm-hmm. Oh well.
So no, you can see the rapid decay in action, but other than that, you can make no surmises as to its.
We've learned once
effects.
they're dead, they're really dead. They don't get any less dead very quickly.
All right.
All right, so you have 2 doors at your disposal. There's one here and one here.
In the hallway.
I mean, this one's closer, but it's kind of up to Spacingway since they're the only one who can wrench these things open.
Aye, that's true.
You say you wanted to go hallway either?
I was just mentioning that there was a door over there. Let us try this one here. The one in front of us.
I would advise maybe we could split and do a squad, but none of us can open the doors.
Cool. Okay, through. I'm going to listen carefully to see, before I go through, I'm going to listen carefully to see if I can hear the sound of chomping, so I'm not walking into claws and...
Yeah, make me a perception check.
Perception is terrible. Really terrible.
You do get the sense that there are more. Whether they're directly beyond this door, you can't tell.
Six, you've got a young head on you. Can you listen to that other door and see if it sounds like there's any nearby?
The one out in the hallway?
Aye, I don't think there's any nasties in the hallway.
Sure.
I'll follow.
Now.
Perhaps we can pincer and flank them from both sides if the room is the same one.
If it's not, we're in trouble.
Let's see, what do mine is here? Rolling a perception?
Yep.
Yeah. That is a 13.
There is definitely some entity beyond this doorway. You can hear them scraping at the metal, and it's very distinctly beyond this doorway.
Super noodles to strong beef. We have noise. Over.
I'll hold up my large fingers and like count, do like a 1, 2, 3. So we open the doors at the same time.
Yep.
That is optimistic. Let's do it.
Do it.
All right. Trix, give me a strength check.
Uh-oh.
How do I roll? There we go. I click on that button. 9.
9. Unfortunately, you managed to sort of like half open it, but then it jams and you have to start jiggling with it. Spacingway, you just managed to open your doorway, pretty much just cracking it open and tossing it to one side.
I love how we did like 1, 2, 3, and Spacingway's just blundered in by himself. Like, hooray!
I mean, really, how else was this gonna go?
It's a failed trust exercise.
Maybe I can like step in and try it myself.
Oh, there's a corridor. Okay, so there's another door, guys, so we can try and do the old pincer maneuver again.
Yep, I was so hoping that Trix got the door on the first attempt.
Oh, I did even worse with a 5.
The guys at the other
Spacingway.
end of the other hallway can just see these two pairs of hands just wriggling at a door.
I reckon they must have gone through that way. We better hurry up quickly. They'll be in there on their own.
So yeah,
Crazy.
Trix making another roll to try and get it open.
Could I ask Yeva to assist me?
You can. Both of you make a strength check.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh,
Zero.
0. Trix, you're kind of just like stood there, pretty much dumbfounded. It's like, Yeva, will you give us a hand? And Yeva goes, okay, 1, 2, 3. And Yeva yanks the door open and Trix goes, go. Oh.
Give us over Trix.
Trix is just pretending to try and open the door, and actually just letting you do all of the work.
Sometimes people need a confidence boost, and that is what I have bestowed upon Yeva this day.
Look how strong I am.
You are very strong.
Oh, shoot. I need to get rid of the dead ones. 'cause this is muckish.
Can I move in, or are we about to roll initiative?
We're about to roll initiative.
Got it.
Are there more in here? No. Oh, wait, we want more. We're getting
More
paid per
money.
head. Yeah.
No, you're paying per head, but you hope that they're of high enough quality that you'll be able to be paid per head.
That is true.
You've already dropped 15 credits in this
We're
place.
paying per head to come out a head.
Hey.
Hey.
So, can everybody roll initiatives?
That would be useful, wouldn't it? There we go.
Although my creatures are rolling terrible initiatives. Ooh,
Oh dear.
although Flimsy's... So what happened in the first combat is everybody rolled really good initiatives, and it was like everybody else, my creatures. So it was like, and I've not rolled particularly well. I got a 7 and a 2, but somehow we've actually managed to split this up. We got Trix and Yeva, then one of my guys, and then Spacingway and Flimsy.
We were too slow with the door.
All right,
Used
top
all of
the-
our effort to open the door, so now all our muscles are tired. So we need to take a break.
I'm tired from watching Spacingway open doors.
From watching.
So Trix, you are up first.
I can't see them, but so let's go.
All right, let me just move you to there.
Oh. You see Trix run in, skid to a stop, and then turn and run to the car.
And that will get an attack of opportunity on you.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
+4 to my AC, though.
Yep. Unfortunately, it swings. It was expecting you, seeing as though you yanked it half open, but unfortunately, it wasn't quite prepared for you running in like that, and it just misses you with its pincers.
Oh, sneaky, sneaky. I think that warrants an acrobatics roll for me.
And that is a success on the trick attack.
Come on, it's flat-footed.
And that
Time to
is
hit.
just a hit, I believe.
Ooh.
Yeah. Oh no, it's a good solid hit.
Yeah.
Nice.
Acha. 3.
3 points of damage. First blood to Trix. As your laser blast burns into its carapace and starts to cauterize the flesh underneath.
Smells like
Yiva,
money.
you're up.
All right. I hear the laser blast and think, uh-oh, here we go. And I'm going to move in. Ooh, awkward. But I guess that basically covers the squeezing. Oh,
Yep.
shit.
Yeah, my sweetie.
As a part of that movement, I'll pull out my tactical baton.
You can't unless you've got a bab.
I'm not level, the high enough level yet. Okay.
puny level 1.
So I've got this pistol then, and as soon as I come in through the door, I'm like, shit. And I'll shoot at it and provoke.
Okie dokie.
All I've heard on the comms is profanity.
So this one, it is going to try to use its claws and attack it. Yiva, who just entered the room, oof. It is hit, and luckily they're quite small, so it's just, it's after your thighs more than anything else, and that's 3 points of damage.
All right, I'm taking my shot. There we go. 18
That'll do it.
Nice.
for 6 points of damage.
And you just managed to find the weak spot in it, and it just cracks open and falls to the ground dead.
Oh, phew.
Nice.
All right. So it was its turn, but it's dead. Spacingway, you're up. I spoke too soon on it being sort of like half of them, and then the other half of them.
So can I step into the room?
Yes.
The only one I can see currently, I think, is dead.
Yeah, the one you can see, the one you could have seen was dead. You can see the other one off to your left.
So that's number 9. So I'm gonna target you.
If you stop your movement there, you will be blocking the doorway for Flimsy.
I'm gonna move one over to the left in that case. Right, sorry.
Wonderful legs.
Yep. All right.
And then I should do...
Oof.
There's a lot of 20 on that roll.
Now, unfortunately, you entering this room and sort of like trying to assess the situation rather quickly is, unfortunately, you figured which one you're going to shoot at, but your shot goes wide and just goes into the debris. All right. I think that's one of your first misses, though.
I mean, yeah. But the thing is, like, I've come into the room, those guys have already killed one of them, and what I was hoping to be a dramatic flourish where I got rid of the other one just fully missed, so it's just not good for my self-esteem. Poor Spacingway.
All right. Flimsy, you're up.
Is that a thing, or is that cheeky?
You're going to have to go to the doorway and then north.
And to conserve my very few steps that I have. Is Eva in melee range of that thing?
Yes.
The room's a lot smaller than I thought it was going to be. I'm going to go here and try and present myself as a threat. I don't know how that I will compare to the very large person next to me, but and I will target and I will take a shot with my weird space gun. Here we go. Blam. Oh, maybe not. No.
Oh, yeah, fudge.
Good gun, come on.
Hold the phone. Tricks, you shot it.
It doesn't get flat-footed for other people until I am level 4, my friend.
I knew that you could do it, but I wasn't sure when. Yeah, unfortunately, that is another miss. And it is going to take a turn. It's not particularly smart. It's just going to lash out at the thing that's closest to it. It would have lashed out at Tricks, seeing as though you're the one that shot it, but you're kind of behind something else. So it's just going to have to chew through that something else first, which happens to be Eva, for a 14 to hit against your KAC.
Sweet. My armor absorbs the hit.
Nice. It manages to grab hold of you, but it just can't get its claws into the right place to crush into that armor. Tess gets another drink at the bar. Tricks, you are up.
I smell someone burning money. I'm gonna what's this? Like this toppled over.
A table?
Yeah, I forgot to describe the room when you entered. This room looks to have been a shipboard laboratory. Most of the equipment has been crushed in the crash, or at least picked clean of all functional equipment in the subsequent years.
Cool. I am going to run over here and jump on that little crate we can see.
All right.
Because I prefer a better line of sight.
Yep, well, it's going to penalise you if you try to shoot him from the corner. This is your trick attack.
26 for my trick attack.
That is a success.
Ooh, but that's a 9. Even with flat-footedness?
9 with flat-footed is a hit.
Oh.
Nice. EAC, baby. I gotta get me a laser weapon.
Oh, wow.
Pew, pew, pew.
For max damage, and it just crumples. You managed to hit the same point that you hit last time, where you burnt through the carapace, and this time it just absolutely eviscerates it from the inside.
They certainly did a good job in here.
And you are out of initiative.
Well, you know, Team Super Noodle. It's what we do.
This room looks like there might... We should search this place. It looks like there could be some interesting things in here, no?
Yes.
Have you had a mooch around here before, Spacingway?
No, I didn't fancy running into some of those little chompy scorpion things by myself.
Especially without a Trix and a Eva, I imagine it'd be quite difficult.
I mean,
you should have seen Eva one shot that one over there.
Well, it struck out at me, and I was so shocked.
Use those instincts here, Eva. You've got to
reflexes.
All right, roll me perceptions if you do want to sift through the debris in this room.
Yes, please.
Please and thank you.
16 from 20.
9.
16 as well.
Yeah, unfortunately, you don't really find anything of value within this room. Every time you think, oh, that might be interesting, you pick it up and then turn it over and then find out. But, you know, it's all like the whatever the contents was of that piece of debris has been scraped out from behind, and all you're left with is either a shell, an empty box, or just garbage, basically.
Ugh, they've eaten everything.
The only yards that have been, aren't they, I suppose?
Why are we surprised? I don't even know.
Are these ones melting like the other ones were melting?
Yes. They are starting to break down, even as we speak.
If the doors are open, can we hear anybody approaching if they were to approach from, like, the exterior?
You could, if you make me a perception check, you might be able to hear somebody.
Okay. That's a 16 again. Consistent.
16. You don't hear. You get the feeling that you will be able to hear somebody if they were approaching.
Okay, that's good.
But you don't hear anybody approaching. What you do hear, though, is still some scraping of metal. However, it seems to have lessened somewhat to maybe 1.
There's another door just behind us there when we came through. Sounds like there might be one still around.
Sweet, let's go get the cash money.
Check it out, I suppose. Oh, wait. Spacingway.
She's learning to phase through doors.
Where do we go?
Spacingway has got the bloodlust going. I can't actually open the door when there's an arrow in front of it. Oh no, I can do. There we go. So Spacingway basically just goes, yep, okay, we've cleared out this room. On to the next. You move up.
Don't muck about.
Are all business.
Open the door, and you see in here one more Khefak. This one does seem to be larger than the previous ones. This large chamber appears to have been a luxurious accommodation back in its day, a single large bunk in the northwest, and the desk of smooth metal to the east. Let's have some more initiatives.
I love that the fancy one has chosen to live in the fancy room.
I am with it.
I shall live in the nice room.
Oh no, Spacingway's so dazzled by the luxury of this room that he's like been distracted and got a really low perception check.
How does this room compare with Spacingway's house?
Spacingway is wondering at this stage, it's like, if we clear out these Khefak, I could possibly move into here. It's a little bit of work. But,
Hey, I was just about to say, dibs on that bed. It looks big enough for me.
Oh yeah, we could totally see about getting it moved into the ship.
There's room for that. We can fit that in.
All right, yet again, Trix, you have the initiative.
Because shooting things is fun, but there's a conga line of people in the way.
Yep.
I don't think I can get through at the moment.
You can, but it'll basically be 10, 20, 25 to get just in front of Spacingway. Or to the side of Spacingway.
The 25 there.
Yep.
And then I'm gonna ho and run backwards to there.
All right. With your 40 feet of movement.
With my 40 feet of movement. Let's see if I can't use my acrobatic wiles to get a trick off. No, I cannot.
Oh no.
Too many pleases and thank yous, I'm afraid.
It was the backwards walk. It was.
Can I at least shoot it? Can't even do that. No.
Yeah, unfortunately, you come in and it's like, oh, you're big, and you back up into the corner and just shoot wild.
Too worried about hitting the bed.
All right, Yeaver, unfortunately, you're the next one up. Everybody's in precisely the wrong order for this.
Right. But luckily, I'm behind everyone. And so I take the chance while no one can see me to cast a spell. So I think she brings her. Well, actually, hold on. Let's double check. What are the components of this spell?
They kind of removed components for Starfinder because one of the things is not every creature out there has a mouth.
Oh my god!
Not every creature out there has hands.
So I think she how she casts the spell then is she like closes her eyes and begins like and brings her hands together, like thinking really hard. And there's underneath her fringe, you can see like a cyan triangle start to glow ever so slightly. And then she like looks up and her eyes turn prismatic for a moment. Just a split second from black to prismatic to rainbow as she casts Lesser Confusion on the Khefak.
Okay.
Hopefully it works. It is ferment, but we'll see.
And it fails.
Nice.
A 3 on its will save.
It is mind affecting. Just double checking if vermin can be affected by mind effects.
I can't remember, and it's not giving me. Sorry, 1 second.
When you just get like a surprise waft of magical air from behind you.
No, I don't think so. But I'm not 100. They might have taken that out.
I can't see. I can understand if it was if it was a swarm of them or something like that. But it's god dang it. It's a universal creature rules, and I'm just trying to look them up, and it's not giving me vermin immunities for some reason. It works. I get over it.
Cool.
Because it's a lesser, so it's only just for the round anyway.
Oh, perfect.
All right, and is it Eva done?
Yeah, I'm not moving in there.
Yep. All right. Flimsy.
Oh, am I up? Oh, okie dokie. I'm going to. Can I get through here? Is that a?
That'll be 15 feet to there.
Oh, and then another one to here.
All right.
I'm going to shoot it in its big old, slightly more impressive face.
And it's impressive because it is eye level with you.
I like to see eye to eye with my carapace funds. Here we go. Take a shot with my crazy space gun. No, it's a miss.
Unfortunately, your shot goes wide. Were you two also trying to miss the bed?
I think the teleportation maybe just malfunctioned once more on this thing.
All right, it is over to its turn. It is going to move up to... Oh, wait, no, it's confused. Confused condition, roll it. And we got a axe normally.
Okay.
So annoying when that happens.
It's fine.
So it is going to move up. It is going to target Flimsy, and it brings down its sizably larger claws on you and critically hits.
Oh, there we
no.
go.
Flimsy, no.
Back at the front, back on the floor.
Quick math.
You're
This
not
is
meant to
possible.
attract the crits.
Oh, okie dokie.
For a grand total of 15 points of damage, stripping Flimsy of their remaining stamina and eating heavily into their hit points.
Great. Thanks for that healing serum, Spacingway. I wouldn't be here.
Alright,
without-
I've got a
Speaking
set.
of Spacingway, what are you up to?
Hi. What am I up to?
It's your turn.
Oh, okay. So I'm gonna go over to that corner. I'm not gonna get any closer to that thing,
Yep, sounds like a plan.
but I am going to target it and try and wreak my revenge on this thing which is attacking my new little dwarf friend.
Oh, that's not good news at all.
This thing is cocky.
Oh,
Yeah.
a 14 is a
His
miss.
tricks within
It's not good.
his tricks within 10 feet of me.
Yes.
So shirrens are used to working with others. So I have a racial trait of communalism. So once per day, if an ally is within 10 feet, I can roll a single attack roll or skill check twice and take the higher result. So can I try and roll again?
I will allow you to re-roll again.
Thanks.
I think it's supposed to be you're supposed to declare it first, but I know you and your re-rolls, I'm afraid.
Oh.
You're like, it's not going to hit. May as well let him try. Not used to working as part of a team.
All right, and Trix, you are up.
Okay, team. Good first try. Warm-up's over, yeah? With showtime. And I'm gonna skid there and do a little kind of flare with my gun, like throwing up in the air, twizzing and catching it again.
Yeah.
Watch me drop it. And drop my gun. Quickly pick it back up.
You fumble with it and manage to grab it, but it's not impressive enough for a trick attack.
Oh no, it's begun.
The look has shifted.
Like Flimsy would look to you like, oh, Trix has got. Oh no.
Just as an aside, just throwing this out there, retreat is always an option. Just throwing it out there.
Just having some minor technical difficulties, nothing we can't work through.
All right, let me see what we're at least working with.
Give a help.
All right.
All right. Okay, I will shoot.
Okie dokie.
Actions. Through the door. Lame.
Oh no.
Lame.
Through the door, and unfortunately, it just ricochets off its carapace once again, not doing any significant damage.
A 10 is not good enough.
Flimsy.
I'm going to take a wee step back from this thing here.
Get the hell out of Dodge.
And then I'm going to take a shot at it with, as I'm making my way out of the room. Well, at least making my way away from that thing. Yeah, there we go. Come on, crazy space pistol. No.
No, unfortunately, it decides to skip jump just as it leaves the barrel. You see it blink out of existence, and somewhere in the wall beyond you hear this dink.
Was that the other room?
Its turn. It continues to move towards Flimsy. And rolls to hit.
Crit, please.
Hey.
For 13. And unfortunately for me, misses. All right.
Hiding behind my shield.
Spacingway.
Okay, so remind me of the rules again. If I want to re-roll, does that mean I can't move or I can't shoot?
What do you mean if you want to reroll?
Reload is a move action. I assume you meant reload.
Yes, what did I say?
Reroll.
Oh, yeah, sorry, reload.
Yep, reload is a move.
Okay,
I can take a grenade blast, it's fine.
Do it.
I'm wondering if I double attack. If I
You can't if you're reloading.
Oh yeah.
That's your move, so you've only got a standard left.
Okay, can I reload and throw a grenade?
I'll allow it.
Yeah.
Where are you throwing said grenade?
I'm gonna throw it into the corner, like opposite the bed. So trying to not hit the bed and trying to not hit Flimsy, but trying to hit this
All right.
this
So
thing, which I'm hoping is gonna have a pretty hefty carapace considering how hard it is to hit.
yeah.
Yep.
So you can throw it there. Right.
Yep.
So that'll be a -2 and make a throw attack for me.
Okay, so I'll just apply the -2.
Was it the range?
The ranged attack roll, isn't it?
Yes.
Throw.
No, throw. Sorry, my bad.
Oh, throw. Oh, no.
I will let that one stand.
A
though.
natural 19. You're targeting DC, what, 5?
I think it's 5 to hit a corner. There'd be 2 less to that, but yeah, that'll still be a 19 to hit a DC 5. All right, it will make a reflex saving throw.
Big, hopefully it'll fail.
For a 14.
I've totally forgotten how I calculate saving throws. This is a terrible idea.
For the grenade, it's probably like a 12 at minimum. What is it?
It's
A
half the
frag?
items level plus your dex modifier, so it would be. It'd be either a 13 or a 14, but it hit a 14, so it would have saved in either case.
Okay. So it takes half damage.
Yes.
So I roll this. Ah,
Oh.
boom.
First damage.
Yay,
First blood to Spacingway. It's a slight nick in its carapace as this grenade goes off, completely shreds the bed,
No,
and
not the pretty bed.
Your dreams one day.
Oh no.
It's probably just a duvet. So it's a solid bed. The rest of it will be fine. It was only a 2.
and nicks the thrashes on. All right, top of the round is Trix.
Spurred on, like inspired by explosions, as all good stories must have them, I'm going to leap on the remnants of the bed. And try to somersault my way into the heart of this creature. Nope.
Oh my
How? Every
that one.
acrobatics check you've made this combat has been a natural 1.
Garbage. Okay, let's just try and shoot.
All the holes they've eaten into this stupid thing.
17 to hit.
The 17 will actually hit. Your repositioning did something of use, if nothing else.
For minimum damage.
Double the damage on it.
Yep, it's now taken 2 tiny little nicks in its carapace.
It can be harmed. It's not immortal.
Neither are you.
Now that is a lie.
All right, Yiva, you're up.
All right, I will. Since no one is watching me, once again, I will try and get this confusion spell to work properly. Come on, work!
Wanna just?
Oh, I rolled that twice on accident. Sorry.
Yep, no worries.
The first one was a success.
The first one was a success, and unfortunately, nothing happens. On a success. All right.
Can I, as a move action, do like defense?
Total defense.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember. Is it a move or is it a standard?
Might be a standard.
Move actions. No, it's a total defensive standard.
Okay.
Is there anything else you'd like to do with your move?
I think that's it. I think I'll just stay here. It's better for me to stay out of that room.
Yep. All right, Flimsy.
If I'm in the doorway, am I going to block anything that Yiva would be wanting to do?
Not especially.
Okay.
Apart from trying to get into the room, it'll make it a little bit more difficult. But Yiva doesn't seem to be too keen on trying to get into the room.
Nope.
That's fair. So I'll take a artifact. Can I fight defensively? Is that a thing you can do?
Yeah, fight defensively is a full round action, I believe. Yes, it is. So you wouldn't be able to move. Oh wait, no, there is a fight defensively as a standard action.
Sweet.
I think that only gives you a +2 -2 to your AC and -2 to the shot.
-4 to attacks.
Yeah, -4 to the attacks, but -2 to the defense. So it
Oh,
seems
+2 to your defense.
Yeah, it seems to be fairly after me, so I'm going to take that 2 and lose the 4 on my attack roll. So I'm going to do that. So I've got -4 in attack. Take a shot at it with my. You coming to get me, you big ugly son of a space bastard. There we go. Oh. Good news is it wouldn't have hit anyway.
Good try.
Yeah, unfortunately, that is a miss. And then it is going to remain steadfast in its attempts to get to you. It claws out at you
Go ahead and get a wee bit.
for a 23 to hit.
Oh no.
So, -2 to that, 21. So I'm really glad I took that action.
It's still what's your? It still hits, I assume.
Yes, quite by a considerable margin. You'll find.
All right, I don't know.
We're just rolling so poorly, and it's rolling so well.
It really is. Oh, down it.
Down he goes again.
Dwarf head popping into the corridor there.
I wonder if we could make it a theme of the show, but flimsy, just every combat towards the end, just pop.
We can have a flimsy KO account if you want.
He's a tank, but he's flimsy.
All right, Spacingway, you are up.
Gonna unmute myself. Job number 1.
Yep.
And I'm going to use my Sub-Zero Hell Pistol.
So you spend your you spend your move action to pull that out.
Actually, no, I'm not going to. I'm going to stick with my hunting rifle because I want to do a full round attack.
Oh, okay.
Because I'm missing anyway, so I may as well misfire my legend. Is he still targeted? No, he's not.
He was targeted, wasn't he?
He was. I think it's the map
There you go,
version
got it.
getting a bit.
There you
There.
go, with it.
Would you? Is it done?
It's
You got it.
targeted.
Very odd. Cool. Okay, so. Pew pew.
And that is unfortunately a miss and a miss.
Both miss. Oh. Light me down.
Severed.
All right. Top of the round, it's Trix.
Problems. I'm gonna hop down into the corner.
All right.
And get a nat 20 on my acrobatics check,
And that is a success.
which means
Another one of those, please.
I shoot with it being flat-footed.
And it hits.
Oh, goodness for that.
Oh,
Yeah. For 2 points of
Minimum
damage.
damage. Wow. So yes, now that you're managing to shoot it in the back, it doesn't have time to react to your shots, and it just hits it square in the shoulder blades, if they have shoulder blades, and deals the damage.
It's made out of shoulder blades.
okay.
down. Dwarf's down.
For my move action, I will pull out the serum of healing that I held on to. As my standard, I'm gonna go ahead and shoot the big Khefak.
Yep.
Miss. This thing, its armor is impenetrable.
All right, Flimsy, you are dying.
Am I stabbing or am I stabbing? Stabbing, right?
Yeah, stab. Yeah.
He's got a big, deep breath going. Still not doing great, but
All right. Not too deep of a breath because it didn't notice, and it just went. It's going to go after the one who just shot it in the back. And it scuttles over to Trix.
Come at me, bro.
coming at you with a 16 to hit.
Yeah, we'll hit.
And 7 points of damage.
Ooh, spicy.
All right, Spacingway, you are up.
Okay, so I'm going to sacrifice my move action. Is he still targeted? Because I really cannot tell.
Yes,
He was. Now he's not.
Oh no.
Oh, for flip's sake.
Now he's
Use it
targeted.
again?
Yep.
It's not physically doing anything when I do that, so I've got no idea if it's targeted or not. Right, okay, so I'm going to sacrifice my move action and I'm going to try and shoot him with my little pistol. Pew pew.
Oh no.
14.
Unfortunately.
So,
But I thought the Sub-Zero was an energy against EAC.
I think the hail pistol might be KAC if it's a fires bullets. I think.
No, it doesn't. It uses a battery to fire shards of ice.
obviously KAC.
I
But if it's ice, is physical still.
I thought
It's
that it
cold
was an
and piercing.
energy, though, because it's cold.
Take
I'm
the
declaring an
battery.
energy attack that hits.
It's cold and
I'll
piercing.
look it up
Yeah.
later.
I don't know how that works out.
Don't argue with me. I'm giving it to you. Shoot it.
Shoot it!
Praise be to
dead.
Hylax.
Hey.
Yes! Maximum damage.
Yep, and you've just doubled the number of hit points that you've injured it by so far.
Wow.
It's turning
All right.
around, everybody. It's turning around.
It does cold and piercing damage. I think that's the why.
Yeah, I think that might be why it's against KAC, but you're in a bit of a sticky wicket, so I'm giving it to you as the EAC because it's cold and that's energy as far as I'm concerned.
Thank you, Mr. DM.
Yep.
We need
I think
it.
that means we're about to win.
All right, are you
We've got
taking
it on
the attack of
ropes.
opportunity tricks?
I am. I don't care for this closeness. Please and thank
Alright.
you. And I'm just going to scarp it and jump up onto the chair.
So 20 to hit.
Oh, yeah, it just hits every time. No,
Oh.
I'm down.
Not good.
And Trix is down.
No. Oh my god.
You were experienced. I wouldn't have brought you here if I thought you were all gonna die.
We lied. We're not really that good at combat or hunting. We just wanted the money.
All right. Eva, you are up.
So I'm going to spend a full round action to feed this healing serum to Flimsy. And I'm going to go ahead and roll 1d8. 3 hit points back, Flimsy.
Yep. Flimsy, you are no longer unconscious.
Back, sorry.
I fed you a healing potion, 3 HP.
Oh, thank you.
And that was a full round, so I shout, "We must go! Someone try and grab Trix!"
All right. Flimsy, you are up.
So let's give myself 3 points.
Yes.
There we go. So I guess I stand up first. Is that my move action?
Yep. That'll be a move action.
I will probably spend my move action trying to get close to the trick to see if I can.
You fool!
What's the reality of trying to like rescue Trix at the moment in terms of action economy?
So, one of the things is, you know that people, when they're just knocked down the first time, are likely to get up on their own. There's also a technique called kiting.
Yeah, that's what I was kind of.
And you have a circular route.
Do.
And well, what I was going to bring up was it didn't keep on eating me when I went down. So as long as we keep pestering it, I'm hoping maybe we can draw it away.
Mhm.
And maybe I'll shout that to Spacingway. Like, Spacingway, we're going to try and see if we can draw it away from this fancy room of death. Can I get out of this room?
Yes, you can.
Cool.
You'd have to use your standard action as a move action to move.
Okay. I was going to shoot it and move to try to keep its attention, but I'm guessing I'm just going to go down again if I do that. So I'm going to use my move action to move out into the corridor whilst shouting to make my action as a move.
Yeah, you got 5 more feet of movement.
There we go.
All right. Okay, it is its turn. It's going to move over to here and attack Spacingway. I'm so nervous right now. That's 24 to hit.
Stop rolling so high. It'd be really good.
Yeah, it would be good.
You'd lull us into a false sense of security with the babies.
It's the problem with the CR system is like sometimes it's on point and sometimes it's a little bit skewed.
Right.
No, we love it. We love it.
And it's just one of them where this one seems to be a little bit skewed. So that's Spacingway for 7 points of damage as it just like scuttles over here and like snaps at you. Well, you're a soldier, though. You can take that.
Lindsay's in the doorway, by the way, Spacingway being like, get out.
Get out!
So I'm gonna. So are we drawing it out of the room?
Yes, we're going to kite it.
Okay.
Easier for some than others.
So I'm gonna take a 5-foot step at least, or disengage. Although I might just take a 5-foot step and then try and shoot it again.
No matter where you 5-foot step, you are going to be in its range regardless, though.
Yeah, if you try to shoot it from there, it's going to provoke an attack of opportunity.
What?
Is disengage the only way to get out of its range at the moment from where the room?
The thing is,
because I could take another hit from it. Like, I'm a bit beefier than.
you could, but then the next round when you try to move again, it's likely to take an attack of opportunity if you just straight up move away from it. Otherwise, you're only making 5-foot steps.
If you disengage and run away, we can begin the kiting process.
The thing is, Spacingway can't disengage this round because in Starfinder, the disengage only counts for the square that you're leaving, not the squares that you pass through. So going towards a door, it will be so like the disengage would allow Spacingway to get there without provoking, but trying to move there would then provoke.
What about trying a trick style counter run?
You're looking at your options are acrobatics to try to beat a tumble through through a threatened space, which would be 15 plus 1.5 times the CR of the creature. So you are trained in acrobatics, but you've not got any skill or ranks in it. So that's
I'd have to roll a
unlikely.
17.
It depends on its CR. But yeah, you're looking at a fairly high number for this to work. If you just moved now and took the attack of opportunity, you will get hit only once.
Okay.
And that might be your only time to basically be able to take a hit and get out of the room.
Mm-hmm.
And you'd also be able to take an attack still, right? Just using the move and taking the attack of opportunity.
Yeah, moving, you take the attack of opportunity and just hope that it either doesn't hit or you survive it.
Okay, so I'll go over there and risk it.
This person that's hired us to come help them with the job is like our only hope of surviving, right?
What's your movement's 20, 30? 30.
30.
Yeah, so you got another 10, although Yever's kind of in the doorway, so you can make it to the doorway, 5 foot to your left.
No, I'll stay. I'll make it to the doorway.
Yep. Okay. As you go to leave, it will take an attack of opportunity and hit for 26. For max damage, I'm afraid to say.
This thing deserves the good room, to be fair.
It does.
It earned it.
I feel like all the other ones we got as well, like monetarily, will have been worth like no money, and this is like the big ticket carapace.
Mm-hmm.
The big ticket carapace.
All right, top of the round, it is Trix.
Wait, can I not shoot it still?
Oh no, you can shoot it. Sorry, my bad. Back to the Spacingway. You have an action. You can use the action to run away further, or you can shoot it.
There we go.
That will hit.
Nice.
Come on.
Yeah.
Yeah. Look, its HP bubble changed colour.
It's noticed us. It's noticed us.
Yes, it's no longer green. It's yellowy green. Not even yellow yet.
Slightly off green.
All right, now it's top of the round with Trix.
Trix stabilizes. That is all.
Yep. Yeva.
Okay, start the kite thing. And she's gonna go ahead and run 5, 10, 15, 20.
25 because you'll squeeze through the doorway.
Right, so just there then.
Yeah.
I feel like I need to keep moving, so I'm gonna take my second action to move. Actually, hold on. Can you cancel that?
Yep.
There we go. I want to go 5, 10.
This is the route we're gonna try and
Here first, and then I guess I can't go back there. Hold on, sorry. Cancel that. I'm gonna keep moving up here because I want to keep my eye on it if it comes through this room. So I'm gonna go back there.
Right, yeah. Okay,
Right,
so it's
it.
a double move from Eva. Flimsy.
I'm going to take a risk. I'm not going to shoot it, but I am going to give it the beady eye to target lock it, and then use my action to move away. No, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm running around in circles. Here we go. I'm going to probably go there, as I'm going to need as much advantage as I can on this route. Actually, that might be give me a bit further away if that's okay. Just that one instead. Yep. Thank you. So we've got a +1 to hit it now, so I've got a better chance of hitting it when it does come out.
All right. It moves up over to Spacingway.
I can't even see.
Oh my god, Spacingway. I can barely see him through the door.
Rolls to hit.
Hold your breath. Count to 10, it misses.
Oh!
It's a miss.
Well done there.
All right. Spacingway, you are up.
Hello.
So now, if you were to take the full round action to withdraw, you can leave the square without provoking an attack of opportunity. You may also be on mute, but you're running away, I can see.
I am on mute, and I'm still running away.
Do you want me to?
Where everyone else has gone.
Yeah, everybody seemed to head off to the east.
Yeah.
Tactical
cool retreat.
Run.
Go into the hallway and none of us are there.
And you go into there?
I could understand not seeing the dwarf, but there's also like a giant like turquoise lady who's been like hanging around.
All right.
There you are.
Rix, you are up.
I am going to stay in the fight.
Yep. You come to. You see this creature by the doorway. Seems to be moving towards the doorway. It's still alive, but so are you.
I'm gonna like spit out a little bit of blood and then just slowly and quietly get to my feet. The rest of my team are gone. Probably wise. And I'm just gonna wait for it to get a little bit further away before I do anything else.
All right. Yiva, you are up.
I am going to ready in action, and I will shoot when it comes into sight,
Yep.
or when it gets into the like right out in front of the door, because then it won't have any real cover.
You're readying in action to shoot.
Yeah.
You will choose the opportune moment to. Flimsy, you're up.
I'm going to maybe, if I move there, can I still ready an attack of opportunity or attack if it comes within range?
No. It's your move action to ready in action.
Oh, okie dokie. What do you reckon, guys? Do we do a full volley when we see it, or do we begin this kiting process? Because I can only run so far.
Maybe you move up,
Okie dokie.
because you're already so wounded.
I can maybe do cover you next round, and we'll see if we can do it that way, something along those lines. So I'll run over here.
Yep. Anything for your standard action?
I don't think there's anything I can do, unless I can rig something up electronically. I think I'm done.
Yeah, there's nothing in the ship that's working electronically. All right. Trix, you see it leave the room.
It did cross my mind to try and half shut the door, but then I realized that Eva might not be able to get through either.
No, right there. I'm going to take my shot.
Yep.
It's terrifying not being able to see what's going on outside of the room.
Hit.
I love that aspect of it, of just not knowing. And yeah, that is a hit.
For 2 points of damage.
Nice.
Nice.
Dead, right? You killed
Yeah, no, it's still alive. The Spacingway.
If I move here, or is that thing in the way?
Wait, where are you trying to move? No, you could probably slide across the top of that.
Okay, I'm gonna go over here. So
You can't go there. That's a reactor.
Okay.
to get a
I'm
reaction.
just gonna throw myself into the reactor.
It doesn't do much. You just bounce off. It's inert.
Okay, so I'm gonna stay there and I'm gonna try and shoot it because I'm already fairly damaged and...
All right, just so you're aware, it's within range on its turn to move up to you and try to attack you from there. And you won't get another turn before its next turn.
The thing is, if I move anywhere else, unless we're trying to draw it fully way round, like I'd be blocking the doorway so you wouldn't be able to get out. I can't move. If I move further into the room,
You can shoot and then move.
I can move through you.
Yeah, it's just slightly more difficult.
okay, so if I move...
So if I put you back where you were, you could shoot
Thank you.
first and then move.
Oh, I forgot I could do that. I shoot him in the face.
Oh, unfortunately, that's a miss.
It's like the
We're
longest
screwed.
war of attrition.
Trix, you are up. This thing seems to have left.
Head out.
Do you just want to step
need
through
to
that
move-
doorway and then make a decision as to where your final 5 foot step is?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeva stifles a gasp when she sees Trix step through the
Still
doorway.
out. And I am going to.
What are you going to do with your standard action there, by the way? Oh, yep, sorry.
Yeah, I step out, I look, I see it's right there, and I'm just like, nope. I just step back through the door.
All right. And is that you done? You've still got your standard, though.
Yeah, no, I'm done. I'm gonna hide.
Grapple it.
Don't forget, you can burn your standard for a second move.
I can, but I don't exactly know where I want to go. Oh, wait, that's all open, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Would Trix see the light from my lantern as well coming through that door?
Possibly a little, yeah.
Hope so, otherwise I'm kind of blind. There we go.
Right.
Just trying to sneak through, just stumbling over everything in between.
Oh, hey, guys!
Trix! How did you get out of there? Oh my god.
So either you would have seen in the background sort of like Trix sort of like come out,
Limping,
go back a bit,
bleeding.
and then just blaze through the other room.
To immediately draw my pistol on like the thing that's moving behind me.
It's just Trix running full pelt into a wall.
It's Bones. Oh no, it's Trix.
The thing is, Flimsy, this is probably your one and only chance just to let off that shot and get rid of Trix for good.
Oh my god.
You know, they can't have many hit points.
Stop it.
I am bringing the right level of drama to this event. We go.
Trix is the best hire we've ever had on any on this ship.
So for my last, I'm out of bullets and I've got one spell slot left. So her eyes flash rainbow again as she casts Lesser Confusion.
And it succeeds.
Yes.
This thing is too strong. So she's gonna move.
Oh, I thought it succeeds to hit. Sorry.
It-
I fully
yeah.
misunderstood what was happening.
It's one of them I don't like.
Do I have space to go right there? Okay.
Yes.
But I can't move any further because I only have 5 feet left.
Yes, you do only have 5 feet left. I thought you had 10, but then it was squeezing to get through that door.
Yeah. So
All right.
let's see it.
Okay. Flimsy.
Since the whole gang's here, like, are we going to lead it around in a circle, or are we going to lead it outside?
I don't have any bullets left. I can't do anything more.
What kind of action is it to hand over?
It will be move action to pull it out of your inventory and standard action to hand it over. Ergo, your full round to give Yeva bullets.
Well, it might have to be if Yeva's got nothing.
You could also just run.
We could. So yeah, what do we think? Are we gonna bail on this, or are we gonna? We got nothing out of it because if that thing's still alive, we don't get the carapaces out either.
It goes down.
We
Cool,
could take
okay.
a 10-minute rest and outside, maybe.
Is that something we can do?
Not in tonight's session.
No, out of game. GM, is that something are we able to come back to this? Do you think?
You could probably find your way back to this.
Okay.
If you so desired. The way that I'm seeing it play out at the moment is you have one of two choices. Stay here and go down fighting. preferably don't want that. Or you run back to the car, drive off a bit. It'll give up the chase. It'll come back to wherever it goes back to. And at a later point, you could come back. Okay. On that same note, if you were careful and you're coming back, you could retrieve your carapaces, the other carapaces today, or you could try to come back in full force and take it out as well.
Yeah, I think that's fair enough. I think the idea that the option to stay also includes us going down here is rather significant.
Bye, guys.
Trixie started the engine on the car already outside. Get in.
I mean, you and Trix both have, what, 1 hit point? No, you've got 3.
Yeah. All of the 1 damage attacks that it's done to us so far.
Yeah.
I can last 3 rounds.
Spacingway has 7 hit points?
5.
5, not even.
5.
I have all 9 of mine, but that's going to go in.
Which is your 9 is equivalent to everybody else.
Yeah. Yes.
You're half the party's health at the moment.
Right. So,
Oh, God.
I think we we took a risk, and not every risk pays off. So
that's fair enough. I know a bum deal when I see it. Let's book it.
Especially because this thing's about to run up and bite me in the back.
At least the little ones aren't going to chew on my house anymore. So we haven't got the carapaces, but at least my house is hopefully safe for another few weeks.
Right.
Successful mission.
If you don't have the carapaces and we don't have the carapaces, do we still owe you the money?
No.
Should hope not. Bye.
We've all came out of this with a compromise.
This is nobody's ideal scenario.
And with that, you all flee in abject terror.
Tactical retreat.
Withdrawal. There is no retreat. They're just moving away.
And
Yeva just literally jumps down from the ramp with her long legs, no.
Flimsy, watching everyone bypass him slowly as he's running full battle. Everyone's gradually just passing him as they're running away.
they all get to the van, and then it's wait for you and lift you onto the van, and just Trixie's driving, speeding off into the distance.
Another successful mission.
Thank you, Ghost of Sunny, Spacingway, for joining us this session.
I don't feel like I brought you guys much luck. I do apologise. This ill-fated venture.
If you've got any more jobs in the line in the future, then maybe consider a different party for them.
I mean, yeah, our party is built more for negotiations.
What were you expecting?
We didn't try to speak to them. We should have tried to reason with the big one.
Right, we could have subcontracted this out, I guess.
There for your orders. Fill up these quotas. We'll bill for your
Well,
quarters.
if we went to that place where you hire people, we could have hired a bunch of guns to come in.
We'll go back, we'll get our drunken friend, and we'll come back and we'll go kick its butt one day.
We'll get revenge upon it.
One day, but that day, it's not today.
I say revenge. We went into its house and killed everything in there.
Killed its family.
Yeah, potentially you went and kicked down the door, killed its family, and then it's nah, I'm done with you, and you've had to run away, tail between the legs.
You might need to put another sign up for more help, because we may have destroyed the rest of the slips.
No, it's our loot.
Oh yeah, actually, yeah, no, forget that. forget. No one will call because we've got the job handled.
Have you though?
This was a successful phase 1 of the operation.
This was phase 1. This was reconnaissance.
Active reconnaissance complete.
All right. I do believe that's it for this week. I hope everybody's had fun.
Yep.
Yeah.
For the session, if Lindy doesn't go down.
Also learned the word carapaces, which I don't think I've ever heard or used quite so much as I have this evening. A little bit of learning, a little bit of dying. All good.
Well, yeah, this has been our rendition of Fly Free or Die, All That Glitters Explodes, here at Manapot Studios. I'm Karen Russmore. You can usually find me over on my own channel on Twitch, where on Tuesdays and Thursdays I am playing Pathfinder Kingmaker. I keep saying this, I think I'm getting towards the end of this, but every time that I think that, it comes up with another chapter, so who knows. And on Fridays, I play Hitman 3 over on my channel. My times do vary, so if you want to check out the schedule on my channel, it's probably the best way of checking your times. Okay, let's start with Flimsy. Do you want to announce your stuff?
Yeah, you can find me on my Twitch channel, PlayStation64, where I'm playing chilled out games on Thursdays evenings and Saturday mornings, playing Red Dead Redemption and No Man's Sky. If you want to chill, hang out, you can pop in there.
All right, and Yiva?
Yeah, hi everyone, I'm Krifu Bernal. I stream video games over on my channel as well, but you can also catch me tomorrow here on Manapot at noon GMT, where I'll be playing Vampire the Masquerade with some friends from Japan and Greece, thus the odd time zone, the time slot. Yeah, so check us out, Blood on the Bayou, and follow Manapot for more awesome TTRPG content.
All right, Trix.
If you want to see some fun All That Glitters Explodes artwork during the week, you can hit me up on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at Crit Commissions.
All right, and Spacingway, have you decided anything you want to shout out?
No.
No.
We're both looking forward to watching Vampire Masquerade in the Bayou, though. That sounds really cool.
Yeah.
Sweet.
For that.
All right, thank you very much for joining me, and I hope to see you all next week. Oh, stick around for the raid.
Bye.
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 Thanks, guys. Bye.